ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च
श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna. So, have all of you enjoying your Dasara holidays?
Yes, Mataji.
How did you write your exams?
Mataji, for his exams after Dasara, Mataji.
Oh, very good.
Ma'am, Mataji, my exams are tomorrow.
Very good. So, you have prepared well?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Very good. So, you have to write, study properly, sincerely, seriously, like a yajnam. Today, we are going to speak about yajnam. What is yajnam? You have to study like an yajnam. Okay? Right.
Okay, Mataji.
And then write and don't fight for the results. If you get top marks, very good. If you don't get and somebody else get also, you have to appreciate the other person as if you got the result. That is what we learn in Bhagavad Gita. Never envy others. We have to do our duty seriously, but never envy others. When somebody else gets something better, we should not envy them. We should understand that we have something else better than them. Whatever we deserve, Krishna will give us. Okay, right. Hare Krishna. So we are in 9th chapter. Last week we have discussed about the knowledge of bhakti, and that is 1 to 10th slokas we have discussed in chapter 9. So the first 3 slokas, they give the knowledge about bhakti and the importance of pure bhakti. Bhakti means we can have different bhaktis where there is no heart and mind, not that. Here he talked about the knowledge of bhakti. And then from 4th to 10th sloka, Krishna's relationship with this world. And also, it is very, Krishna has very clearly explained how different energies of Krishna functions to maintain this material world. Only when we understand his magnanimity, we will be able to admire him and follow him. So in this 7 slokas, he has explained the relationship Krishna has with the world. That is, that he is the creator, he is the maintainer, He is the destroyer, and he has no attachment with the world and material creation, his own creation. The way we have attachment towards anything small we do, the moment we do something, our younger brother or sister comes and just pushes it off, we get terribly angry on them. But Krishna is not like that. He has no attachment on anything. The only thing, if at all, he has attachment, he has love, is on his devotees. So he has no attachment, and in this, which is very clearly described, different what do you call it, his relationship with this material world and about his great energies. Today we are going to discuss about the next two sections, that is 11th to 19th, impersonalist and Vishwarupa worshippers. Impersonalist means they believe that Krishna has no form, it is only a power. So those kind of people, and Vishwarupa worshippers. And in 20 to 25, it is clearly talked what is the benefit or the advantage or disadvantages of worshipping the demigods. So these are the two sections what we are going to talk. In between, from 16 to 19, Krishna has talked about his all pervasiveness, how he has spread through all the everywhere.
Mataji, can I read Mataji?
Yeah.
Mataji, can I read?
Yes, you can.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Right.
Avajantani mama muddha manusim tanum asritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Translation: fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme lord of all the. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Fools deride me from me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme lord of all that to be. That means he is telling, like we know that Krishna, he himself has come to Bhuloka 5,000 years back as Krishna only. How many people have accepted him as God? Very few people have accepted him. He is calling all those people, those who they see what Krishna is doing, in spite of which they don't understand that he is God. Like when Krishna was born, maybe when Krishna was born, nobody knew about that he is God. But when Kamsa was sending such kind of a huge Rakshasas, such a powerful Rakshasas, and a day's baby and a month's baby was simply killing it, should he not understand that he is not a normal human being, that he is God, and that Kamsa cannot oppose God? He won't understand, he won't. So that kind of people, Krishna is calling them as mood. So foolish people disrespect when Krishna said, because what happens is, when we say, like here also we have that problem, like somebody, a great person, somebody invents something in India, we never bother about it. Oh, it's okay. Maybe there are some faults. Something is manufactured here. Oh, do you think the quality is so good? That way we look at it. The same thing, if it comes from America, oh, it's imported, it's from America. So that way we look at it differently. So that way, even Prabhupada, that is the reason. That is the reason why his Guru Maharaj has advised him to go to other countries and then from America to teach there. And then he said that it is easier to convince them, and then come here, then only all these people will follow. That way, Krishna also, because if he was staying in Goloka and once in a while if he was coming, maybe people would have believed. But here Krishna, what did he do? He descended here and he was living with everybody like any one of us. Then we think he is a next door person, a person in my family, a king ruling like anybody, okay, a normal person. That is the way. They don't look at, and they don't, because the moment they think he is also another human being, we envy. We don't see the greatness in them. So they don't understand the magnanimity in them. In the previous slokas, Krishna said, under his supervision only, all the creation and destruction happens. That is what he told in the previous slokas. In material world also, then who are all these demigods? In this material world, we have the many times we talked about the hierarchy. In your school, just the headmaster cannot administer the whole school. Headmaster will be there. There'll be one senior manager. There'll be some clerks. There'll be teachers. Teachers also head of the departments. Like there'll be a lot of hierarchy. All of them put together, including the peon. He also has to go and do his duty. He has to ring the bell on time. That way, everybody has got their duty. It doesn't mean the peon is going and hitting the bell and starting the school and ending the school. It doesn't mean the peon is the head of the school. And it doesn't mean that the headmaster is not going and doing anything like this. It doesn't mean that headmaster is a lazy man. He has got his responsibilities. He delegates his responsibilities to his subordinates, and then the subordinates does it. That way, Krishna also has got a huge hierarchy. So Krishna maintaining such kind of a creation which goes beyond our head and which we cannot even imagine. So he will also have his hierarchy, because Krishna doesn't do anything on his own with his hands. It's only his thought, his expansions do everything. Like Vishnu does everything, but not Krishna. Krishna is always in the Goloka enjoying with all his devotees. And many don't understand Krishna because they think, how can you say Krishna, who is in Bhuloka, in the material world, is God? When there is a big thunder coming, he goes and hides behind his mother, saying, Mama, I'm getting afraid. There's a big thunder coming. And when he is hungry, he goes and cries with his mother, Ma, I'm feeling hungry. I'm feeling hungry. And when he plays with his gopas, many times he loses the game. And then they punish him, or they make him as a horse, they go and sit on him, and then they ride him. How can we imagine that God doing all this? But we have to understand that these are all, like, he likes to enjoy. See, when our baby comes and hits us with his legs on the chest, we enjoy. Like, we cannot say that we are, the baby is hitting me. Similarly, a lot of things happen in the house. So we enjoy with the children doing it. So, and sometimes we go and play with, as Prabhuji always says, there can be a judge in the High Court or Supreme Court. But when he comes home and his grandson is there, that being the Supreme Court judge is such a powerful post. But the grandson says, Tata, you become my horse. Immediately he has to become his horse. It's not that he's doing it by force. He's doing it out of love. And he enjoys this more than that. That way, Krishna also, for the enjoyment, to give enjoyment to his devotees, and he also wants to enjoy, he does this kind of things. Okay? That is how he does. So we have to understand that he does it. There are all his leelas. It is not that he is not a God. And if being a scholar, if somebody can be a scholar, that means a high knowledgeable person. But if he has no devotion in him, like reading Bhagavad Gita, he might understand everything. But if he has no devotion on Krishna, it's all waste. And he is the greatest fool. That is what Krishna says in this Mudha. Mudha means fool. A person who is a high scholar also, highly educated person also, if he has no devotion, he is a Mudha. And Krishna's body is a symbol of knowledge and bliss. Fools do not understand the greatest knowledge of Krishna and his energies. We should always think that everything that is we are having today is only Krishna's energies. And Krishna cannot be considered as a material body, because when souls like us, when we surrender to I cannot say like us, but great souls, when they surrender to Krishna, after leaving their body, Krishna gives them liberation. When Krishna, that means they will only have spiritual body in future. They won't have a material body. So when Krishna is a person who can give spiritual body to somebody, how can we say that he has no he is not a spirit soul? So that is wrong. See, when I have something, I can give you. If I have 2 chocolates with me, either I can give you 1 chocolate or both the chocolates. If I have no chocolates with me, what is that I can give? I cannot give you. That way, if Krishna is not God, how can he give us liberation? He cannot give us liberation. So he is and many of them think that, and we also, the thing is, everybody, we have to consider everybody as a temple of Krishna. Why a temple of Krishna? Because we all know that Krishna resides in this body. So Krishna is a God. When Krishna is in this body, what will happen to this body? It is a temple. So respect everybody around us as Krishna resides in them. Then Krishna will, then when Krishna himself comes, why not we respect them? See, when we are respecting that there is Krishna in us. When Krishna himself come directly, then where is the question of not respecting him? We should understand who is Krishna and respect him. And only in Mahabharata also, if you see, like people like Pandavas and others, they recognized Krishna and then they respected him. But others, even though Kamsa, he has seen what Krishna is, and we have studied now when we studied Krishna Kathas, like Kamsa is such a strong person. He used to take elephants up like this, like a toy, and then rotate speedily and throw it. That means when there's a big soldiers coming, he used to simply take elephant and then rotate it and throw like a ball or like we play toys that way. So he's that kind of a strong person. What did Krishna do to him? A small boy, 9 years old boy, looking very tender, very delicate, eating butter and playing in the forest. When he killed Krishna, he went on to the throne of Kamsa, caught hold of his hair and dragged him down. Why did he catch Krishna, Kamsa in the hair and drag him? Because Kamsa did the same thing to Krishna's mother, Devaki. Like when after her marriage, when Kamsa hears that Krishna will be born and he will be killed, he gets angry on Devaki and drags her with his hair. The same thing he does. So like Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, Sisupala, all of them, even though they are seeing the greatness of Krishna with their eyes. In fact, Dhritarashtra heard Bhagavad Gita. Nothing happened. He has even seen his Visurupa, but no change. Because they close their mind that he is not God. Because if they accept that he is not God, what happens is they have to surrender to him. And then they have to forego their pleasures. What does the Dhritarashtra want? He wants his son to become the king. The moment he accepts Krishna as God, indirectly he is accepting that he cannot go against Krishna. So what he will do? He has to give up the throne, which he doesn't want. So he won't accept Krishna as God. So that is 11th sloka. Priya. 12th chapter. 12th sloka.
Mataji?
Yeah, Vishnu Priya, you can read.
Mataji. मोघाश मोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञानविचेतसः राक्षसीम् आसुरीं चैव prakriti मोहिनीं श्रिता. Translation: those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defected.
Defeated. Those who are thus bewildered uh, are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded conditions, their hopes of liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Okay. So here Krishna is describing the fate of a Mudha. Till now he talked about who is a Mudha. Now Krishna is telling what is the fate of Mudha. So we all see him in the altar. We are very comfortable seeing him in the altar as Krishna, Bhagavan. We do all the prayers. But when Krishna comes to us like another human being, looking like another human being, we consider him as an ordinary human being. Our ego doesn't accept him as God. They can be bhaktas, but those who don't accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God, they will not get, even though they are great bhaktas, they will not get Vaikuntha. If they are karmis and considering Krishna to be ordinary, they will not get heavenly planets. That means we all know that karmis, that means who do good works for result-oriented works, then they get lot of punyam. The moment we get lot of punyam, it is like earning a bank balance. If somebody is earning the bank balance, what happens is we have to enjoy the bank balance. So that way, these karmis also, when they do this and then don't accept Krishna, they also don't get the heavenly planet. If jnanis and not consider Krishna as God, they get the result of jnana and no liberated. They just enjoy knowledge. See, knowledge, it is like Prabhupada always gives the example of honey bottle. We know there is honey in the bottle and we know it is very tasty, very healthy and very useful. Only if you open the lid and take, we get it. If you just have the honey in the bottle or lick the bottle from outside, what is the use? So that way we get the knowledge. Until we accept the knowledge and accept Krishna, what is the use? These people are all attracted by Maya. They get attracted. So the moment we get attracted by Maya, we go away from Krishna. If we go away from Krishna, we get attracted towards the demonic nature, and once we get the demonic nature, we don't accept Krishna as God. The doubt comes, these people also sometimes what happens is, okay, sometimes we may not accept Krishna who is coming in material nature, but sometimes even otherwise also we don't accept what you call this 1 minute. Okay. So sometimes we even doubt, is Krishna really God? Is he doing all this? This kind of doubts also we have. So what is the use? Then we'll all keep taking this Janma Mrityu, Jara Vyadhi. We are always in this circle only. So a surrender devotee feels like when we hear Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we get a lot of doubts, and we not doubts, like wondering at the greatness of Krishna, such a huge. Hey, how can somebody be powerful, so powerful, is one kind of doubt. When the moment we say, how can somebody be, that means we are doubting Krishna. And a devotee's doubt will be, how can I understand the greatness of such kind of a Krishna? Okay, what kind of a greatness? How to understand is the doubt. So, and this is one great Leela he is doing. I am not able to understand this Leela. It is beyond my head. Most of the times it happens for me. Many things I just don't understand. Like when I think of the total creation, what Krishna has made, even though I try to imagine to my best, just won't understand. I don't understand. Like total, no, that is because it's far beyond my head. So we have to understand that yes, there is something great. Not doubt Krishna. How can there be such a great thing? Is not what we should do. We should understand that we are not able to understand, because the more knowledge we get, the more enlightenment we keep getting. And so we should accept him and then have faith on him. And we are very small to understand how powerful he is. And see, just imagine, can you imagine a 6-year-old boy lifting Govardhan like this with his fingertip for 6 days? It is impossible. And so we wonder at his greatness, what kind of a greatness it is. And this is the way a bhakta looks. And a negative person, he thinks, Arey, what kind of fellow is he? Such a bad man. He has, what is that? When Gopikas are taking bath, he has hidden their clothes. See, there is a great leela in it, which people have to understand it. So some people, those who are envious of Krishna, look at things like that which we cannot understand. So, and also many people, the most thing what they do is, Krishna has done theft, why I cannot do? I will also do theft. Krishna has married so many ladies, why I cannot marry? These kind of things people will do. When we compare ourselves with Krishna, at least we should think, okay, these are the things which I don't understand. Am I able to do any of the great thing which Krishna has done? Krishna as a baby could kill somebody, a Rakshasa. Can I ever even go and slap a person who has hurt me, who is a bad person? I cannot do. How can I go and marry half a dozen people or a second lady? So that kind of thought we should say. When we compare, we should compare in all senses. Like in the school also, we compare with somebody. But when we should think, oh, I'm comparing in this. I'm comparing that he is wearing a beautiful shoe, I'm not wearing. But we don't compare. He is getting very good marks, I'm not getting. That we never compare. So that way, when we start comparing, we should compare with in all senses, which we are not doing. Just because of we are envy of Krishna, we think like that. Even in our private personal life also, never compare. Comparison comes only when there is enviousness. Okay. So, Sloka 30. Who is reading?
Mataji, I am Rohan. Can I read Mataji?
Yeah, 13 Sloka, read.
Mahatmanastu mamam parata daivam prakrim ashrita bhajanti ananya manaso jnatva bhutadi avyayam. Translation. O son of Partha, those who are not deluded, the great souls are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Originally in it. Mataji?
No. Read.
original and inexhaustible. Hare Krishna, Madhuri.
O son of Partha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, and the deluded souls, the great souls don't get deluded. I mean, don't get doubts on Krishna, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional services because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So here he is talking about the devotees who worship Krishna unconditionally. Pure devotees, bhaktas, or they are called mahatmas. That's how he is calling them in this. So the only desire they will have, that means they will be under my protection, Krishna's protection, the great divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me, because we know how great it is. See, whenever we do something, we look at the end result. Whether we are a devotee or a normal person or a bad person, we have some liking or something. We look at the end result and do. So a bad man will try to do something to get benefit. A normal man, a devotee, he also looks for benefit. What is that he is looking at? He is, because he likes Krishna so much, he knows how great he is so much, he will try to do it only for the pleasure of Krishna. So they believe. So they will believe that he is the original, and even in human form they worship and respect him. Like this, many people when Krishna was born, was in this world, they used to respect him and worship him as God only. Demonic people only consider him as a as another human, because they were worshipped. And this Brajavasis also, and it is not only the demonic, the bad people, those who don't want to accept him as God, but even the Brajavasis and also Gopas and even Yashoda Mata also never wanted to accept him as God. Why? Because they love him so much. Because Yashoda Mata, sometimes she used to get a doubt. Is Krishna, is my little Krishna God? But immediately she used to say, no, he is not God. Why? Because one thing, she is afraid that if he is God, he will go away from me. He becomes everyone's property. God is not property, he is everyone's God. If it is just Krishna, her son, Krishna is only hers. So with that kind of a selfish or loving nature, she never accepted him as God. That is okay, that is acceptable. Even Brajavasis also never wanted to accept him as God. There are times when Narada came and reminded them, he is God, don't think he is your friend. See, why do you forget that he has killed so many big people? How can you forget that? Don't forget. Then immediately they used to think, oh, he's God. Immediately say, no, he is not God. He is our friend only. Because if he is God, he won't be with them. So that is one kind of love. That way, if they don't accept Krishna, it's okay, because they love him so much. So these people are called, those who really love Krishna wholeheartedly are called Mahatmas. As they have no diversion of mind at all. Their thought is always on Krishna only. 14. Krishna Priya, is this? Jitesh, can you read this sloka? Satam kirtayanto mam. You know this sloka, no? 14.
No, Mataji.
No. Right? Try.
No.
Krishna Priya? Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam Nitya Yukta Upasate. Translation. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. He is only telling how devotees worship him. Always he, me. Here Krishna is telling me. That means the Krishna who is on the earth, who is talking to Arjuna, he very clearly telling that I am the God. So he said, they all worship me with determination, with bhakti, and always, not just once or twice, not one day, like we do when we have no other work, or when we have some desire, only we worship. But a real devotee, he worships Krishna regularly without any without any desires. That is the way a devotee worships. Krishna emphasizes on continuity of practicing bhakti. We can't say that only on a holiday I'll do chanting. Whether you have a holiday, whether you have an exam, or whatever it is, are we not eating? That way we should do chanting also. That means practice bhakti regularly, not not once in a way, on and off, but regularly. And normally what we do, at least I do, is the last priority of for me is bhakti. That is not correct. A real bhakta will give first priority to Krishna's bhakti. Here, while doing bhakti, different people have different ways of doing. One person may do bhakti by chanting, one may do by kirtanas, one may do by book distribution, one may do by telling her kathas, different ways, whichever way it is. But it is for the pleasure of Lord only. So, and also, we also can love him or remember him differently. Like a lady can always love Krishna as her son, and that means she puts in the altar, she puts the statue of Krishna, and then she takes care of that altar the way she takes care of her son. That is also okay. One can think about him as his friend, one can think as his lover, anyway, whichever way, but think about him only. Okay, Harshit, 15. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Harshit. I'm sorry, not Harshit. I just want to say Roshan. Yeah, Roshan, please. I'm sorry.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat Pranam. Jana yajana chapiyante yajanto mam upasyati ekatvena Buddha Visvato Mukham. Translation. Others who engage in sacrifice by cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many, and in the universal form. Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat Pranam.
Others who engage in sacrifice by cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many, and in the universal form. Which means some people worship with different flavors. They are jnanis. So any activity to get the result of, like here it is said, we have to do this as yajnam. Yajnam means, just in the beginning of the class I was telling you, when you study for the test, what we say, you children are studying, you should do it like yajnam. Doing it like a yajnam means, doesn't mean put a fire there and then keep putting your books in that, or sitting in front of it and setting. The way how meticulously we do a sacrifice, that way you should study. That means with full concentration, no diversion, the doing anything, any act, doing with totally mind and soul putting on it is called doing yajnam. It is not just by, it is jnana yajnam. When we are doing education, learning, trying to learn education, it is called jnana yajnam. Some worship him to get knowledge. So there are three types of people, those who keep worship with him. So the three types of people we shall discuss now. So 15, no? In this, okay. So some people worship one variety with which ekaktena means worship in oneness. Ekaktena means oneness. That means we think that we and Krishna are same. We are no different. They think they are also God, and one day they will become God. Like you keep saying, Mataji, you are God, Mataji, you are God, Mataji, you are God. One day I'll think, oh, I am also God. That way, they think Krishna is not different. Today I am in this material body. Tomorrow, once I leave the life, my in the movies we see, that light comes out of the body and goes and merges with the Krishna, and we will also become God. That is one way of thinking, which is wrong. And the second one is Prudatvena. That means we are thinking about him in worshipping him diversity, so many forms of God. That is, we don't accept just Krishna as God. We believe that every devata, every demigod is a God only. That is, they are all demigod worships. They feel demigods are representatives of God. Here we should understand, why should we worship a representative when we know the boss himself? That is the knowledge what we should develop. The third one is Pruthakve. Now it is Pruthakvena. Next one is Visvato Mukham. Visvato Mukham means worshipping Krishna in the universal form. Krishna is everything. I mean, they see Krishna in anything. Everything and anything around us, they see Krishna. That is, in a tree they see Krishna, in a mountain they see Krishna, in the river they see Krishna, everything they see Krishna. A tree, mountain, everything. So that is what. So this is so from 16th to 19th, elaboration is given on this. That is Viswarupa Upasana. That is what they do. So we shall talk about this. Hare Krishna. Sagana, you would like to read? You have come after a long time. Hare Krishna, Sagana. Hare Krishna. Sagana, you ready? Okay. Shrupriya, you can read.
Yes, Mataji. Aham kraturaham yagna स्वदाहमहमा सुधाम मंत्रोहम अहमेवाच्यम aham agnir aham hutam. Translation. But it is I who am the ritual, I the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant, and the butter and the fire and the offering.
But it is I who are in the rituals. Whatever yajnas we are doing, any work we do in yajna, we should understand that he is there in that sacrifice. Who is it? He, Krishna, is there. The offering to the ancestors. Whether we do offering to the ancestors, what are you doing, Gitesh? Offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant, anything we do, Krishna is there in this. I am the butter and the fire and the offering. Krishna is there everywhere. That is what we have to understand. when we are doing an act of offering also, Krishna is the one in this. He sends, like we always think, Indra gives rain, and also he is the one who is giving rain and who is holding it. But who is controlling Indra? Krishna is controlling Indra. So even though we think and Indra thinks he is the god or demigod, but it is Krishna who is controlling the Indra also. And we should understand that he is the mortal and immortal. That means he is the spirit and also the matter. Everything is Krishna only. If you can, like it is like this. Why should we go and pray to demigods? Like when we know the super boss, say when you know the prime minister, or in your school, you know the headmaster very well. Like he is your uncle or your father or your neighbor. Why will you go and ask the recommendation to the teacher? Teacher, I have this work with my principal. Can you help me out? Will you ask? No. You will directly go to the principal and ask, sir, this is what I want. Similarly, when we know that Krishna is the supreme, why should we go and pray to the demigods? We can as well pray to the Krishna only. See, there is a lift, there is a apartment where there are 100 floors, and there is a lift. Will we take a lift and go, or step by step, will we start climbing the steps? Because praying demigods is like climbing the steps. Because slowly, one after one, slowly it will keep increasing. One day we will reach. And rather than that, just take the lift and go away. Sagana, what are you doing? You can as well read a sloka now. You read nicely. Yeah, 17th sloka. Who will read?
Can I read, Mataji?
Yeah. Sagana, you are there?
Mataji, can I read Mataji Dikshit?
Yeah. Last time Vishnupriya read, no? So Dikshit, you read.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Correct. Read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Pita Mahasya Jagato Mata Data Pita Mahavedyam Pavitram Kara Roksam Yajurevacha. Translation: I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier, and the syllable Om. I am also the Rigveda, the Sama, and the Yajurveda. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsire. I am the object of the knowledge, the purifier, and the syllable Om. I am also the Rig, that means the Rig Veda, the Sama, and the Yajurvedas. Here Krishna is telling, I am everything, because he is there in everything, and he is the source of everything, and he is the creator of everything. So here in the sloka, here only it is very clearly explained, I am there in everything. He is the purifier. Even the syllable Om, which we consider as the most sacred, he says, I am also there in that Om only. I am the source of, I am in the Rig Veda, Sama Veda, and the Yajurveda. I am there in everything. Okay. Next, Krishna Priya.
Yes, Mataji. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasam Sharanam Sukrit Prabhava Pralayah Sthanam Nidhanam Bhijamavyayam. Translation: I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place, and the eternal seed.
So here again, Krishna, he is still continuing the same thing, who he is. I am the goal, the sustainer. That means the person whom we have to reach at the end is Krishna, the sustainer. That means who is maintaining us is the master, the witness who is watching what all we are doing, the abode, the refugee. We take refuge on Krishna. And the most dear friend. Who is our dear friend? Who is it, friend? A person who never leaves us, Whether when we are happy, distressed, or in any mood, the person who never leaves us is the dear friend. So it is Krishna who is the dear friend, and the creation and the annihilation. He is the one who creates, he is the one who destroys. The basis of everything, the resting place and the eternal seed. The seed for everything to start, we need it seed. And he says, I am the seed. That means everything has come from Krishna. So he is again and again re-emphasizing that he is everything. Okay, 19th. Dikshit?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Tapa Mahamaham Varsham Nigruhnam Yuta Smruti Smrujami cha Amrutam Chaiva Mrutyu cha Sadasa Sachamarjuna. Translation. O Arjuna, I give heed. O Arjuna, I give heed, and I withhold and send forth the rain. I am immorality, and I am also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me.
Yeah.
Mataji.
Personified.
Personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
O Arjuna, I gave heat, and I withhold and send forth the rain. I am immortality, and I am also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. This is what we talked. So the same thing he says, I am everything, he repeats. The heat, what we are feeling is he, because if there is no heat in the body, now we are alive here because my body has got that 98.2 or 98.6 degrees temperature is there in me. Suppose the heat goes up very high, I am out. Suppose the heat comes down very low, I am out. That means he is the heat. That means because of the correct heat in my body only, I am alive. And I withhold and send forth the rain. He is the controller of everything. I am immortality. That means he is always existing. And I am also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. That means all the living and non-living are in him only. So it is the spirit, the Sat, Chit, the Sat and Asat are in him only. 20. Yeah.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Dikshit Mataji.
Let Krishna Priya read.
Yes, Mataji. Traividya mam sopama puta papa yagna rishvashvargatim prathayante te punyamasadhya surendra lokam ashnati divyan divideva bhogan. Translation. Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice seeking the heavenly planet worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights.
Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planet, worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly. Like when we do a lot of pious activity, devotional activity, if we do it with akarma, that means no desires. We should not have a desire that one day we are going to, no desires means only desire I have is I need Krishna. I want to go back to Krishna. We should, and whatever I am doing here is for the happiness of Krishna. That kind of a desire you have in mind and do it, that is devotion. But lot of people do lot of pious activities for in their own interest. When they do that kind of thing in their own interest, what happens is they attain the heavenly planets. That means indirectly saying they become the demigods. And once they go to the heavenly planet, that is to the Swargam, what happens is they start enjoying there. They really enjoy there. But once, like it is like, as I told you previously, it is like they have a lot of money. We put a lot of money in the bank. As long as the money is there in the bank, we can keep enjoying. So that way they keep enjoying all the punyam, whatever they have accumulated. Once that is over, they come back in this birth again. They come back. That means they achieve this, the repeated birth and death. If you have our devotion on Krishna, we won't have birth and death again. But if you do it for our material benefit, we will go back to the not spiritual world, to the heavenly planets, and then we enjoy for some day and again come to this Mrityu Loka, that is this Loka. Only from this Loka we can go back to Goloka. Very rarely, whoever have gone to the heavenly planets, there also they do the devotion and go back to Krishna. There they enjoy. They really forget who is Krishna. If they really remember who is for Krishna, they would not have prayed for that. So that way they do it. So pure spirit soul will never desire for heavenly planet, because the life in heavenly planet is very huge. The other day we studied, no, 1 year for us is 1 day for them. And so that means if that we live for 100 years here, and that only Amma 100 years we feel so great. Their 100 years means 100 days. That means they have to live for such a long time. So a real devotee will never aspire for going to heavenly planet. Okay, 21st. Where are these girls? Okay, Rohan.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Prana.
Yeah.
Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kisne punyam mrityalokam visanti evam trayi dharmam anupramana gata tam kama kamala labhanate. Translation. When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their previous activities, Mataji,
Wise activities.
are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. Thank you, Mataji.
When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasures and the result of their poised activities are exhausted, they return to the mortal planet again. This is what I have already explained in the previous sloka. That means, as I told you, the life there is going to be very long. First of all, their life there is not 100 years, much more. And 1 year is our one, their 1 day is our 1 year. So just imagine how much life they have to live there. So after they enjoy all that, and once all their pleasure, like whatever accumulated the punyam they have done is all exhausted, they have to come back to this mortal planet only. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. That means they have to take birth and death again and again. Okay, read the next one. Today they also have gone. You can read all slokas. You know this, Jitesh, this sloka? Ananyasti ento mam. You know this sloka?
Yes, Mataji.
Ma'am, Mataji, I know Mataji.
Yeah, let Jitesh read this if you can. You are reading the other slokas, no? What? Jitesh, don't be lazy. Read.
Yes, Mataji.
Ananyasti ento mam.
Yanto mam.
You know this sloka? Paryupasate.
Ma'am, Mataji, I forgot it.
How can you forget? Read.
Mataji, can you read, Mataji?
Yeah, read. Okay, read.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. Translation: But those who always with me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you Mataji.
Hare Krishna, excellent. You read it very nicely. This is a sloka from SSP. No, all three of you are SSP students, so you should know this sloka very well. So this, 20 to 20, 21 to 25 slokas, Krishna is speaking about the demigod worship. In that, 20 and 21, he talked about the disadvantages of demigod. And so again, 23, 24 also, so he is going to talk that only. So only this 22, he shows the difference, means the advantage of being a pure bhakta or doing pure bhakti. He says, those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, that means only devotion on Krishna, Ananya Bhakti, meditation on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they want. This is so important. See, Krishna he carry what they lack. That means he will carry them. He is not telling I will give them. He's telling I will carry them for you. The way your parents carry your school bag, your shoes, all the weights, everything, they carry the plate behind you. Krishna is telling whatever you don't have, I'll carry them for you. And whatever you have, that means we are devotees, we think devotees, and when these people are devotees, they have devotion. So he takes care that they don't lose the devotion. He tries to preserve what they have. He will really seriously work for what they have. Okay, that is very important. So this sloka is a very important sloka. Ananya Bhakti, that person, Krishna will take care of their yoga kshemam. Here he is very clearly telling yoga kshemam, that Krishna will take care of them very well. So the last line, when he says yoga kshemam, 1 minute. Yeah. So here, in the last line, he says yoga. Yoga means linking with the Supreme. Devotees approach towards Krishna. Like what are we trying from the beginning? We are saying yogam. Yoga means we are trying to link with Krishna. Kshemam. Krishna, here yoga is the devotee, the way he is going to Krishna. And Kshemam means the approach Krishna is taking towards the devotee. That means he takes care of the devotee. If someone is interpreting that, like you are trying to attend the class, your friend will come and say, what is this you are sitting and there? What is this Bhagavad Gita class? Come, we'll go and play. That when somebody is trying to interpret like that, he will take out the obstructions. He will take care that your mind is not polluted or diverted. Like example, Prahlada. Like he was doing devotion very sincerely. His friends tried to say, why are you praying to Narayana? No, you have to pray to Hiranyakaspa, or you have to pray to Shiva. But he never got polluted. And Kshemam, and his father tried to hurt him very badly. But Krishna preserved him. Krishna has taken care that he is not hurt, and also he has taken care that he will not get frustrated and fall back from his bhakti. That way, a real devotee, if he does bhakti in a systematic way, in a correct way, Krishna will take care that he will not fall away from the bhakti. And suppose a devotee, he feels lazy, like, Abba, why will I do chanting today? I'm feeling lazy. Okay, one day. Then what will do Krishna do? He will send a friend. A friend will casually come and say, hey, have you done your chanting? No, I'm at to do. I'm feeling lazy. Hey, you're feeling lazy. Come, let both of us come and sit and do chanting. That way, he will encourage. That way he will encourage. He inspires in devotion unless our desire is to go. And sometimes foolish people, they would, after doing devotional service for some time, for some Maya's effect, they will try to go away from Krishna. That time also Krishna will indirectly give a lot of warnings. What you are doing is wrong, wrong, wrong. In spite of that, if our wish is to go away from him, then Krishna will say, okay, go away. But he will protect us, but at least he will see that at least in the next life we will come back to him. And he also says Vahami. Vahami means carry. That means he is going to carry what we lack. Very happily he says this. Very easy in reality, but do it personally. Do it. So he says he is going to do. I told you, no, the way a parent carries everything for a child, he carries everything. Like when do we do all this? Only when the other person is very important to us, we do this for them. Because the devotee is so important to him, he carries everything for him. And then not like he need not do it personally. He can make his energies do, but he won't make his energies do. The way he himself has come here, he himself will carry things for them. Like in Mahabharata, you know, Krishna went all the way to Kurusabha to see that the war doesn't happen. So that way, and when the war is happening, Krishna himself became the Radhasarathi. He would have put somebody and he would have been in a consultant position. He would have sat next to Arjuna and said, do this, do that, do that. But he never did. He himself guided Arjuna, and took him everywhere. Unless we are too bent upon to go away from Krishna, he will not allow us to fall down. Krishna will give one more chance, one more chance, one more chance. If not in this life, at least in the next life. Okay, last two slokas, 23. Yeah, Rohan. Dikshit, you can read.
Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yeah.
येऽप्यन्या देवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विता तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्त्या विधिपूर्वकम्. Translation: those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Mataji.
Those who are devotees of other gods, that means demigods, and who worship them with faith, actually worship me only. That means when, okay, let me read. O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. That means, as we tell, why indirect way? Worshipping demigod is also worshipping Krishna only, but in a indirect way. Because in turn, whatever we ask for the demigods have to get it from Krishna only. See, those people are also empowered by Krishna only. Then it's easy to directly go and approach. As I told you, you can approach your principal directly when you know him directly. Like when we are watering a plant, we know we have to water at the root of the plant. If we just put water on the plant, sprinkle water and keep silent, then what is the use? There is no use. So there is no use. We have to water the plant. That way, when we want to eat food, we have to put it in the mouth and it has to go to the stomach. From there, it has to go to the body. You can't say, I love it. I love these things so much that I want to give food to every part of my body and put one gulab jam all over my body. There's no use. It will only stink. So you have to do it the right way. That means the right way is to worship Krishna only. Next. Yeah.
Mataji?
Yeah.
Mataji, can you spend 10 minutes in saying the meaning of Bhagavad Gita, Mataji?
Yeah, later. Well, let us finish 24, 25. Then we'll do.
Okay, Mataji.
25 we'll close then. Read. Read 24.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Aham hi sarva yajananam bhokta sa prabhur eva cha na tu mam abhijanti tatventa tatvenata shyavanti. The translation: I am only the enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who don't know recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. This he has been telling. Therefore, those who do not recognize me, my true transcendental nature, fall down. Krishna was, Indra became very arrogant to punish Indra. Indra stopped recognizing Krishna. So what did Krishna do? He said, don't pray to Indra. So when they stopped praying to Indra, and then when they prayed to Govardhan Giri, Indra started wanted to punish them. So that is when Krishna saved all of the total village by lifting up the Govardhan Giri. So that way, Indra did not recognize Krishna. So the true nature, that means when he was trying to fall down, Krishna has rescued him by showing his true nature. Okay, last one, 25th. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, our friend Yojit will read Mataji.
Okay, let him read.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitra Yanti Pitra Vrata Bhutani Yanta Bhutejya Yanti Mad Yajino Imam. Translation:
Yeah.
Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me.
So those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Because as we are from the beginning talking, when we pray for Krishna and desire for Krishna, we are going to go back to Goloka. So instead of that, if we start desiring something else and start praying for them, we will go to their loka and stay there once till our bank balance, our punyam is there, and then come back. Those who worship the ancestors, they go to the ancestors. Those who worship the ghost will go to the ghost. And the spirits will take birth among them, those beings. And those who worship me will live with me. This is very clear to us. You want to study MBBS, you become a doctor, you study MBBS. So that way, by studying MBBS, you will become a doctor only. By studying engineer, you will become an engineer only. That way, if you study whomever you pray, you will go to them only. So this is what he is doing. He is emphasizing on important doing bhakti on him alone. That is what he is very clearly telling. Hare Krishna. We should stop here.
Mataji, our friend don't know meaning of Bhagavad Gita, Mataji. That's why I have asked you to spend 10 minutes in that.
You want me to tell what Bhagavad Gita is, or tell him what Bhagavad Gita is, or you want to tell me?
Yes, Mataji. He wants to learn what is Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, he wants to understand what is Bhagavad Gita. Very good.
Yes, Mataji.
Actually, he came to my home when I said the children are sitting in the Bhagavad Gita class. He is asking what is Bhagavad Gita.